All right, let's dive right into an explainer that's honestly going to completely reframe how you look at the massive telecommunications ecosystem. We usually just brush off our phone and internet bills as those annoying routine expenses. But today, we're unpacking how this sector quietly transformed from a basic, boring utility into the literal foundational pillar of modern wealth and technology. Think about it for a second. When you kick back to stream your favorite show or, endlessly scroll through social media, what is actually powering that daily binge? We're going to explore the invisible force working behind your smartphone screen and your smart TV, because that force is driving the global digital economy right now, and trust me, it is way bigger than just your local cell tower. The telecom sector has gone through a totally massive evolution. We've moved so far past the days of simple point-to-point phone calls and basic text messages. Now, we are living in this sprawling, pervasive 5G ecosystem. It's really no longer about just connecting two people to each other. It's about connecting absolutely everything in our physical world. So, Section 1, your daily digital life. Zooming out through our everyday habits, you realize this massive digital economy doesn't just run on invisible magic, right? It's actually driven by a really powerful dual-engine setup. You've got robust infrastructure on one side and compelling content on the other, and they have to work in perfect harmony. Because without the infrastructure, well, the content is stranded. But without the content, the infrastructure is basically just an empty highway. Put them together, though, and they form an absolutely unstoppable force. Which brings us to Section 2, the 5G superhighway. Uncovering this hidden infrastructure, there are 3 specific technical traits that completely redefine what a network can even do. We're talking incredibly high bandwidth, practically zero latency, and the ability to handle massive, massive numbers of simultaneous connections. This is what elevates 5G from just, getting faster downloads into a superhighway that was built explicitly for the Internet of Things. Now, a basic 5G network on its own is impressive, for sure. But when you combine it with edge computing and artificial intelligence, you unlock next-level capabilities. It transforms from a simple data pipe into a highly intelligent network that can process huge amounts of data in real time, right at the source, where it's actually being generated. And because of that powerful AI and edge computing integration, these invisible data pipes are really the unsung heroes of our future. They're the essential networks that are safely operating self-driving cars on busy city streets. They're enabling life-saving remote medicine and surgeries where a doctor could literally be continents away from their patient. And they're running fully automated smart factories with just pinpoint precision. This infrastructure engine is quietly revolutionizing every single physical industry on the planet. Moving right along to Section 3, the entertainment boom. So if the infrastructure is the highway, the content is the sleek sports car you're driving on it. And cultural influence has rapidly shifted away from traditional media formats. The power, the prestige, and most importantly, the attention have moved straight from traditional movie theaters and broadcast TV right into our online digital entertainment platforms. Streaming services and short video apps, they are the primary drivers of global culture today. Hundreds of millions. We're talking about hundreds of millions of global users whose attention has been completely captured. Because network bandwidth has been liberated, streaming giants can now push high-quality, blockbuster original content on subscription platforms to reach massive audiences directly in their living rooms. It's completely rewritten the rules of consumer habits in the entertainment industry, just bypassing those old gatekeepers entirely. But hey, it doesn't stop at big prestige TV shows. The explosive combination of short videos and social platforms has pushed telecom networks right into the highly lucrative modern creator economy. Literally anyone with a smartphone is now a global broadcaster, and that is made possible entirely by this robust, low-latency infrastructure we've been talking about. Okay, Section 4, investing in digital gold. So how do we bring these massive engines together for an actual financial payoff? Well, we define this new era as digital gold. The telecom sector is just incredibly unique right now because it offers this rare market hybrid. You get reliable defensive stability paired with massive high-growth potential. It's a financial hybrid you very, very rarely see in the open market, and it's born entirely out of that dual-engine structure. Let's break down this duality real quick. On one side, we have a defense engine driven by your basic telecom and internet bills. These are essential expenses that create stable yield. But then you have the high-octane growth engine driven by streaming, cloud gaming, and ad tech, and that side is continuously integrating new tech for huge capital gains. Let's look a little closer at that defensive power.
Even when the economy gets rough, what's the last thing you're actually going to cut? You're definitely not canceling your internet or your phone plan. It's widely considered a basic living expense now, just like water or electricity. And that leads to extremely low cancellation rates, making the sector highly resilient, even in poor economies. It gives you this incredibly strong defensive floor with reliable cash flows and high yields, which really protects your investments when the broader markets get a bit choppy. But then, on the flip side, you have the constant integration of streaming platform expansions, cloud gaming advancements, and highly targeted advertising technology acting like absolute rocket fuel. This side of the sector isn't just sitting still collecting monthly utility bills, right? It is aggressively innovating. And this innovation fuels massive capital gains and continuously pushing this sector's overall market value and market cap higher and higher. Which really brings us to our core takeaway today: an indispensable digital gold in modern investment portfolios. Telecommunications is simply no longer just a boring utility that charges you every single month. It's a critical, dual-engine powerhouse for wealth creation that anchors the entire modern digital economy. So as you go back to binge watching your favorite shows today or scrolling through short videos on your phone, I want you to ask yourself something. With 5G powering absolutely everything from your daily entertainment to autonomous cars and smart factories, how much of your portfolio is actually connected to this digital goldmine? Are you fully capitalizing on the invisible superhighway right in your pocket? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, and I will catch you on the next one.